Get going before I am...
There you are. Thank you. For me, for Saris, for everything. If I can ever do anything to repay you, I will. Shiani seems to have regained herself. I'll leave you two alone. Good luck, and thank you again.
You took all the responsibility for what happened. You're amazing, you know that? You always do. They'll write legends about you someday. When the world was at its worst, there you came. Fire in your eyes, like something out of a storybook. I'll never forget that. I love you, cousin. Make us proud out there. Make her watch over you.
Are you ready to go? Good. Then we leave for Ostagar immediately. We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kalen, I didn't expect a
royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is she?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name? Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. I see you're an elf, friend. From where do you hail? As do I. Though I've not been in the palace for some time. Do you come from the alienage? Tell me, how is it there? My guards all but forbid me going there. You... what?
Your Majesty, I would not have put it so bluntly. There are events in Denerim you should be aware of.
So it seems. I will hear more about this matter later. For now, we have a war to attend to. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to Ostagar. The Wardens will benefit greatly with you in their ranks. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different. Overconfident, some would say. Right, Duncan?
Your Majesty, I'm not certain the Blight can be ended quite as quickly as you might wish.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here. True. Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling. Yes, we should proceed with the ritual. Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the Joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon. The Joining is dangerous. I cannot speak more of it except to say that you will learn all in good time. Until then, you must trust that what is done is necessary. No, there are 2 other recruits here already. They have been waiting for us to arrive. Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
The Tower of Ishal is off limits. The men stationed inside are securing it now. I think they used it once to watch for wilders coming out of the forest. By orders of Ter and Loghain. I'm told they discovered some lower chambers, and they don't know how far down they go, so for now, everyone's to stay out. I didn't see anything like that when I was there, but who knows? Make a speed just... Today, 2 units of men arrived every hour, and they expect to double that tomorrow. Still, they're worried.
Of course.
Make her watch over you, my lady.
It will be done.
Make her watch over you, my lady.
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden recruit the Duncan. This place hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere? Not far. Most of your fellas are in the valley with the army. But try heading north. I think he was sent with a message to the majors. Used to be a fortress long time ago, so I understand. Back in the days when the Wilders used to... You were just on the eastern side of the ruin. The Tower of Ishal is there, but Tairn Logain's closed it off. This side is the King's camp. We've got the Grey Wardens here, the Circle of... Quartermaster, he's just a bit to the northwest. Probably in his... The King likes to spend time with his soldiers, though. A few majors, yes. They even brought those creepy, quiet fellows, the Tranquil. Gives me the shivers when they talk. They're to the north of here, bunched up with a herd of Templars. This is Ferelden, isn't it? The King has his kennels on the west. These aren't cute puppies, though. Some of those dogs... Go on, then. Good luck to...
Greetings. I believe is with the Grey Wardens in camp, drinking. I suppose I do, though he's spending most of his time with the Grey Wardens. He rides with them wherever... Tairn Logain sees the King whenever he can and argues with him. The King wants to end the Blight with a single huge battle the bards will sing of for centuries. Do you think that's possible? That's how the Tairn feels. He'll do what the King wants in the end, though. The King thought it was funny that Tairn called him reckless, and they fought about the Queen. She's the Tairn's daughter. He wasn't happy about something she did or the King did, I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't discuss it. As you wish. You approach the tent of Tairn Logain. State your business. How can you not know of Logain? He helped free Ferelden. He was the brains behind King Maric's army. King Maric rewarded him by making him a Tairn. Can you imagine? Without Logain, you can bet the King wouldn't be winning against these Darkspawn. He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activities. I suppose, as long as we talk quietly. The Tairn's known the King since he was... Personally, I think the King should do what Tairn Logain...
Yes, what is it? Oh, you're Duncan's new Grey Warden, I assume. His Majesty could not contain his excitement after your meeting. Kaelin's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the ordinary. Are you aware his father brought your order back to Ferelden? The Wardens are impressive, but not as relevant as Kaelin. You're pretty for a Grey Warden. Don't let anyone tell you that you don't belong. The first Warden Maric brought to Ferelden was a woman, the best warrior I've ever seen. I don't suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows, will you? Here for the glory, huh? Now I must return to my task. Pray that our king proves amenable to wisdom, if you're the praying sort. He is Maric's son, and the leader of my beloved Ferelden, and a very...
We stand here in this hour, good folk of Ferelden, and we contemplate the death that may await.
Are we
Death is
receiving
no
a large
failure,
number of
my
reinforcements from the Grey Wardens in Orlais soon?
This isn't good. I'd hate to waste such a promising member of the breed. Are you the new Warden? I could use some help. This is a Mabari, smart breed and strong. His owner died in the last battle, and the poor hound swallowed Darkspawn blood. I have medicine that might help. I need him muzzled first. You're a Grey Warden, or soon will be. All Wardens are immune to the Darkspawn taint. The most you have to worry about is some tooth marks. Centuries ago, a mage bred them to be smart and understand what they're told. They can remember and carry out complex orders. Most valuable dogs in the world. Trouble is, they generally imprint to one master. Re-imprinting them is very difficult. Without the medicine, re-imprinting won't be an issue. Will you help? We can try, but first we need to muzzle and medicate him. Go in the pen and let him smell you. We'll know right away if he'll respond. Let's hope this works. I'd really hate to have to put him down. Well done. Now I can treat the dog properly, poor fella. Come to think of it, are you heading into the wilds anytime soon? There's a particular herb I could use to improve the dog's chances. It's a flower that grows in the swamps here, if I remember. If you happen across it, I could use it. It's very distinctive, all white, with a blood-red centre. If he doesn't get it, chances are he'll need to be put down. It usually grows in dead wood that collects at the edge of ground pools. Should be plenty this time of year. Good. In the meantime...
You there, elf. What's your name?
It's Pick, sir.
Go tell Logain that the war party's ready to begin scouting. We'll send word if we find anything amiss.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
If you have business with the Ash Warriors, I suggest you speak to our commander.
May the Maker preserve us all. They say the Darkspawn horde has grown large.
Hail! You're one of Duncan's new recruits, correct? I can't let you through to the Korkari Wilds until he gives the word. Take care.
Maker's breath, another elf. What do you want? Not in particular, except for them being so thin-boned. You make good messengers. Is there something you wanted? We have no time for idle chatter. We aren't. We're Ash Warriors. Our training has been passed down since Lathias the Dwarf Son first harnessed the battle rage of the dwarves. It is an old tale. We harness the rage inside us, nurture it, and draw it out so we cannot fall in battle until our last foe is slain. It is a dwarven discipline, but we've adapted it to let us fight alongside our hounds. That is our way. I trust my hound with my life, as he trusts me with his. A trained Mabari hound is as dangerous as any sword. We do not speak of a city pet, or those things that sit in an old woman's lap. To scout the wilds and watch the progression of the Darkspawn horde. The hunt will be good if my hound survives the blood of his prey. If he dies, I shall mourn tonight. Darkspawn blood is poisonous, but not always fatal. Those who survive... The wardens say that tainted blood drives even the survivors mad eventually. But not today. Today, we hunt. They fight at our side. We don't fret over their safety as if they were children. They use scent to distinguish us from our enemies. But the blood of battle can confuse them. So we paint ourselves with caddis, which overpowers the blood, and also paint our hounds so they know we are the same. Why? Would you steal our caddis and give it to the Darkspawn hordes? If you tried, we would kill you. And that is no joke. My thanks. There is hunting to be done, and I'll not be kept from it.
Hear the prayers of your sons and daughters. We who betrayed your prophet
Look carefully, man. This wretched thing is a Darkspawn.
The wall before me is darkness. It shall not fade. Supposed to be the battle that sends these Darkspawn back underground.
There are lots of darkspawn,
Of course.
different kinds. We're getting reports of things we've never even heard of. Our short friend here, for instance, is something called a genlock. They're pretty common in the Horde, but we've seen others much larger. We don't know where these new darkspawn are coming from or what they can do. All I can say is to use caution. There aren't any we've seen that won't die once they bleed enough. Well, don't touch the carcass. We'll be burning it so it doesn't infect him.
Soldiers of Ferelden, my sisters and gentlefolk, we stand here on the eve of battle.
Greetings, young lady. You are Duncan's newest recruit, are you not? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wynne, one of the mages summoned by the king. Well met, and good luck to you on the battlefield. To us all, in fact. Not precisely. The Grey Wardens will be on the front lines, not the mages. Still, to defeat the Darkspawn, we have to work together. It's not an idea everyone seems able to grasp. Stragglers, yes. Not the vast horde the scouts speak of. I wonder, how much do you know of the connection between Darkspawn and the Fade? Anytime your spirit leaves your earthly body, whether it's to dream or to die, it passes into the realm we call the Fade. It's home to many spirits, some benevolent, others far less so. At the heart of the Fade lies the Black City. Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Tevinter Imperium found a way into the city, it was that taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back to the earth. At least that's what the Chant of Light says. It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now. Advice? Never. You young ones know all there is to know about the world anyway. But I'm certain Duncan has...
In their pride, the mages of the ancient Tevinter Imperium sought to open a portal into the heavenly Golden City itself.
I'm sorry. The mages must not be interrupted. Their spirits are in the Fade. The Fade is the realm of dreams and the land of the... Regardless, they are not to be disturbed. Not even by Grey Wardens.
Let us not be proud. We may take courage against the darkness.
Welcome, young woman. I am one of the Tranquil, my friend. It is a time-consuming process, but invaluable. Enchantment provides... Allow me to put it this way. Do you know why those with magical talent, not sinful in and of itself, they claim it? Those with magical talent attract demons and... Even those with minor talent. Anyone with the power may learn blood magic from these demons. Hence, thus I was made tranquil, stripped of emotions and talent. I am no longer dead. It might seem such to you, but I feel no horror. I am content. You might feel differently were you a mage. Our forehead is branded with magic, which stills our talent and mind. The process is irreversible. You do? I feel nothing. Perhaps we may speak of something else. It is the practice of folding magical lyrium into items first practiced. The Tranquil have learned their runes, and we use them to apply a variety of magical effects. The irony, perhaps, is that it is our very disconnection to our former talents that allows the Tranquil to work with lyrium so. Runes exist that hold the power of... Naturally, the greater the power required, the more expensive the rune will become to create. True power comes with a... Goodbye.
So, any last wishes I can help fulfill before you head into battle? Well, you're not what I thought you'd be. Not an elf, yet here you are. The name's Davith. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they cooked this ritual up just for our benefit. I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talk. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds. We're right on the northern edge of the Kokari Wilds here, miles and miles of... My home village isn't far, and I grew up on tales about the wilds. Even been in there a few times. Scary place. Cannibals, beasts, witches, and now Darkspawn. What isn't to... It's all too secretive for me. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like we have a choice. I've got nowhere else to go after what Duncan saved me from. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's what...
How do you do?
You there, elf. Where's my armor? And why are you dressed so preposterously? You're... Oh, please, forgive my rudeness. There are so many elves running about. Please, pardon my terrible manners. I am just the quartermaster, a simple man. No one special. Yes, of course, you're very right. Did you come for some supplies, perhaps? Arms and armor, for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can... I also have some, goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course, to keep morale up. Let me know what you'd like. Hello again. Is there something you need? So long as you keep it...